We just saw one of the worst games in NFL history. A 3-0. 3-0? Are you serious? How does it get that bad? I'm sorry. Like, Raiders, Vikings, you guys gotta figure it out. The Vikings are benching Josh Dobbs. Isn't that just too good? Come on. Come on. The Vikings, a month ago, Josh Dobbs was the hottest quarterback in the league, and everybody was talking about it. Now he's going to get benched for Nick Mullins. Classic. Classic, classic, classic. Who could have called it? By the way, I called it. Because Josh Dobbs was never supposed to be a good quarterback. He took the league by storm because people underestimated him. He really actually only has, guess how many wins? 3. He has 3 wins this year. 1 with the Cardinals, 2 with the Vikings. And he is like 3-9, I'm pretty sure. 3-8. He's not a good quarterback. There was people who were unironically putting him as like the 10th or 11th best quarterback in the NFL. Like, I'm sorry. If you thought that, I don't, like, this is why I know that I know what I'm talking about. Because I don't jump to conclusions like this. I think about my takes. I actually consider historical value. Sometimes I'll admit I'm a little bit slow to like fully kind of catch on to a really good player, but I never jump the gun, and I will never jump the gun, and this is why, because we all knew deep down in our hearts that Josh Dobbs wasn't a good quarterback. Vikings won 3-0. Oh my gosh, what a talk. The Vikings don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Can we be honest here? They might make the playoffs. They don't deserve it. They play the Bengals next. I think they lose. And then they have Lions, Packers, Lions. They could lose out. That's a tough last 4 games. I'm not sure if I trust Nick Mullins to win any of those games. If it was Kirk, that'd be one thing. Nick Mullins, Josh Dobbs, these guys aren't good. Former 49ers starting quarterback Nick Mullins going to get his first chance to start in a couple of seasons. We'll see how it goes. I think he's better than Dobbs. I don't know if you can get much worse than Dobbs. Dobbs was 10 for 23. He didn't turn the ball over. 63 yards. 21 on the ground. Just not good. Justin Jefferson, in his return to the field, 2 receptions, 27 yards. How do you not throw the ball to him at all? Like, he's like the best, second best receiver in the NFL. And they like completely ignored him the entire game. And don't even get me started on the Raiders. Because the Raiders are just on another level of bad. O'Connell, 21 for 32, 170 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Josh Jacobs, is he washed now? He goes for 34 yards, averages 2.6. And again, Devontae Adams, only 53 yards, 7 receptions for Devontae Adams. Like, what are we doing here? This is 2 of the best receiving talents in the NFL, and they combined for 9 catches and 80 yards between Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson. But that's what happens when it's a bad quarterback. Receivers do not carry the quarterbacks. I think this game makes that pretty evidently clear. Because even the best receivers in the league, Jefferson and Devontae Adams, have just they combine for 80 yards. Because their quarterbacks both stink. A receiver doesn't make a quarterback. A receiver can make a quarterback better. He can help elevate a quarterback, but he cannot make a quarterback. On the other hand, I think a quarterback can make a receiver. Because we'll see receivers go from playing with an elite quarterback to playing with a bad one, and their numbers will completely drop off a cliff. They'll fall off a cliff when they're not playing with a great quarterback anymore. Quarterbacks, not the same way. Quarterbacks might get a little bit worse without their receiver, but for the most part, they're going to maintain a fairly consistent level of play. So, like, Tyreek Hill. Mahomes' numbers have gotten worse since he left. But Mahomes hasn't fallen from being elite. Like, he's still elite with or without Tyreek Hill. Tua, I think, with Tyreek Hill, his numbers have improved, but he's still not elite. Tua without Tyreek Hill is probably the 10th best quarterback in the league. Tua with Tyreek Hill, probably about the ninth or ninth best quarterback. So he's slightly better with Tyreek, but Tyreek doesn't elevate Tua to become an elite quarterback. On the other hand, this game, this Vikings versus Raiders game, teaches us a very valuable lesson. Quarterbacks most certainly do elevate their receivers to a higher levels than they would be with a worse quarterback. Because Davante Adams with Aaron Rodgers was the best receiver in the league. With Jimmy G, he was average. With Derek Carr, he was average. And with Aiden O'Connell, he's getting 40, 50 yards a game. I don't think Davante Adams has gotten way worse. The quarterback play has gotten worse. That's why the numbers are falling. It's not Davante's fault. Justin Jefferson, with Kirk Cousins, best receiver in the league, second best receiver in the league. With Josh Dobbs, 27 yards, 2 receptions. I don't think it's Justin Jefferson's fault. The Raiders are not known for having great cornerbacks. The Raiders don't have an amazing secondary. It's not Justin Jefferson's fault here. Bad quarterback, not going to be able to elevate a receiver at all. The one interesting thing about this game, the only interesting thing about this game, was that I thought that there might be a 0-0 tie. So I actually did tune in to watch the end of this game because I was hoping for a 0-0 tie. And when that didn't happen, I have to admit, I was kind of disappointed. This is Coast to Coast Sports. If you like what you see, make sure you comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel for future content just like this. We're talking NFL, MLB, as well as all sorts of other sports. 2 college kids, me, I do most of the videos. My buddy Drew, he helps out for some of them. We're both studying sports communication in college. We're both trying to do this as a career eventually. This channel just for fun. We just started it, so we're kind of new to the YouTube atmosphere, but if you like what you see, we appreciate all the support. We need all the support we can get. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.